YouTube. All right, guys, on this Tuesday afternoon, another absolutely beautiful day out here in Western North Carolina. And although I would rather be on the motorcycle riding again, got too much stuff to do here. In the last homestead video, you saw that we got the tractor stuck pretty bad over there, trying to clear some of the stuff out. We dropped a couple of trees, but we still got a few more that need to go, and they're challenging. So we've got the one right over here that's up against the shed. Or, as I said, the shed's actually up against the tree. It's leaning over the shed and somewhat over this building. We got to get it the other way. This one here will be the tricky one because it's really crooked and it leans way over this building. So if you look at it straight on this way, you can see the way it runs in front of the tractor. And when you get up to the top of that tree, it's considerably over top of the building. I mean, it's going past that doorway at its highest point. And then 90 degrees to it this way, you can see how far into the center of that building it is. It's going to be tricky. So I think ideally what we're going to have to do is use our cable and pulley system and probably anchor off to that big tree right there so that we can pull it straight over that direction, which is almost 180 degrees when it's laying. Yeah, not quite, but it's coming straight opposite the way it wants to fall. And then we'll probably tie to the excursion with a pulley so we can drive the excursion over that direction and pull it over. We can get the tree to go that way, because this way we've got power lines. We've also got Talon's camper. So I don't want to try risk throwing it between this building and the camper. There's just not a lot of room between here and there. I'm not that good. And of course, from this angle, you can see how severe the lean is going over that building. Hoping to get him on camera, but we've got this beautiful woodpecker that's been hanging out. He's right there on the other side of that tree. Every once in a while, he pops his head out and pecks on things. He's right there. It's not a good view of him. And he's not pecking at the moment, but he's just hanging out right in there. I can't zoom in any closer. But apparently there's more than one, because just before I saw him, another one had flown off that way. It's right there. You just can't make him out very good on camera. Right there. All right, so we've got the excursion tied off to the ropes, pulley going to the large group of trees over here, and then off to the tree by the shed, this one right here. Not as high up on the tree as we'd like, because we've got a big knot in the line that we can't get undone. And if we would have gone any higher, we would have pulled that knot to the pulley, and well, we couldn't do that. So we're gonna try it right here like it is. Let me go get the saw ready. Trick here is I got a notch in the spot where I can get to the back of it.
Yeah.
And make my back tight.
Oof.
Because it's literally up against the shed.
We can rip down that piece.
I have no idea whether the shed's going to follow me once we
That's
make the cut.
damn.
But I've got more room down here to make my back cut. If I cut into the shed, I don't really give a crap at this point. And that's the way I'd want to do it anyways. Might do it right up here. It's a little bit more comfortable. Put a little tension on it. A little bit more on it. Good. All right, so at the moment, we're in a little bit of a spot. The rope broke, the tree came back, it's pinching the blade of the saw, and it's leaning back against our shed. Luckily, if it falls that way, it's really only gonna hurt my shed, but then it falls into all these other trees, which creates a whole nother problem. And if the shed were to deflect it, well, that would cause issue, but then maybe coming back towards this building. So we're working in a very dangerous environment now. Zach is trying to get the strap up higher on the tree to give more leverage. We had it down low because of that's all we could get out of the strap. But as you can see, I've got the notch cut and there's not a whole lot of hinge left, but the blade's pinched. So we got to get the tree leaning this way before we can even finish the cut. Well, this is turning out to be much more hairy than we thought. We broke the rope again. Where we broke it, we tied a knot in it. And it looks like where we're tying the knot in it is where it's breaking again, like it's creating a weak point. Unfortunately, there's no loop or clevis in it. So we did a different type of knot, looped it. Hopefully it won't like bend it back. I know that's not making sense. Using a different strap, we're gonna have to back the excursion up one more time because we broke it again. And I didn't get the chainsaw started yet, but he started to lift it. Our higher leverage point is working. But it's just scary. Like when the rope broke, it settled back. It's leaning against the shed. I mean, I ran out of the way there pretty quick thinking it was coming down. And yeah, definitely not quite the way we were hoping it would work out. So now we got the heavier duty or orange strap going just over to the pulley and it's tied to that rope. This rope here is our weak point, so what I'm worried about. All right, got to put some tension on it. All right, let me go see if I can get this cut fixed and then hopefully you can pull it over. We just still got a lot of leverage that way, not making it easy. Well, with all the action, I didn't get a chance to set the camera up, but we got it cut, we got it to pull over. Okay? Yeah, it didn't pull over where we wanted it to. We hit one of the other trees, but looks like when we took one limb off of it, it'll survive. But yeah, not quite the way we wanted this to happen, but it's down. Yeah, so it landed right here, came in contact with our peach tree. I wanted it to lay over there more where Zach was, but it's down, so let's cut it up. So Zach and I double teamed it with the chainsaw, broke up into some smaller parts and pieces, and we'll load them back to the fire pit with the tractor. You know, every time I have to load this fork with a bucket by hand on this tractor to take it back to the fire pile, I'm thankful that I have a tractor to do this stuff with. But I also can't help but to see the lack of efficiency not having a grapple set up for it. I would love to have one. And the grapples aren't that bad. A couple $1,000s, you can buy a decent one. The problem is they all work on a skid steer quick detach system. And this tractor is not equipped with a quick detach. You guys have seen I have to be able to drive the pins out to change from the bucket to the forks, and it's very inefficient. There are conversions out there, but they're only for the newer, more popular tractors that didn't come with quick connects, like Kubotas and John Deere's that are relatively new. This tractor is like a 1968 or something, and it just wasn't a thing back then. So there isn't a kit for it Now I have found a do-it-yourself build one kit on Viver. I've had pretty good luck with their stuff so far. I just keep putting it off, but I need to order it, fabricate the system to work on here, and then I can start using attachments, like whatever I want to use. Now that Talon has showed up and there's the three of us, we're up to some really sketchy stuff. Zach showing off his skills, shaving a ladder up.
I don't know about skills.
All right, so Zach has the ladder propped against the house, up against the tree. Our thoughts are maybe we can top the tree so it's not so big and heavy. But this is sketchy. I'm not liking it very much. All right, so now Zach is being tree monkey, trying to tie the rope up there so that we can get some leverage on it. This is scary.
You were my last house. Oh God.
All right, so since Zach has the ladder, I use the tractor to lift Talon up onto the roof. He's gonna try to hand Zach another rope. Yeah, you can see we have no idea what we're doing. All right, rope to the excursion, through the pulley, up to the tree above Zach. So is this what you want to do?
What? I'm already up here.
I don't want you to do anything you're not absolutely comfortable with.
Oh, I'm definitely about 4% comfortable with this, but that's enough.
Yeah. Well, at least we're holding it enough that if you knock it, it shouldn't fall away from you.
Yeah.
So, I guess do what you gotta do.
I was gonna say maybe just do very slow cuts and you try to keep pulling the truck.
Yeah. Well, you gotta knock this side first and then come back to the back side as I pull it over. And then when it gets that point where it wants to go, you just gotta do is cut it as much as you can and I'll gas it and try to pull it away from the building as it falls.
If you have to, just drop the fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, you're more important than the chainsaw. So.
You don't
Alan's in a danger zone too, because if it does go that way, not like he's got very many choices of where to run.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Alright, I'm getting in the truck.
Yeah, you go where it's safe. Alright, I'm gonna do the back cut. Alright, I'm ready.
Holy fuck! That was so sketchy.
I feel like a bell. I feel like a bell.
It worked!
Holy shit. That tree just does so fucking much. Holy shit, my nipples are rough raw.
All right, as sketchy as that was, it worked. The tree never came in contact with the building. Zach only went for a little bit of a ride up there. And I saw you shaking back and forth. I was like, oh, please don't fall, please don't fall. All right, Zach's taking the ladder down. We have our rope tied up there. Obviously coming down to the same point of the tree, hooked to the truck again. At least now, all of that weight and leverage is off of it. This should pull over much easier. All right, that worked out pretty much exactly like we wanted it to. Not bad for a bunch of rednecks who have no idea how to take down trees. All right, well, our mission for today is complete, but as you can see, the sun is going down. Another beautiful sunset here in Western North Carolina. Probably gonna come and do the cleanup tomorrow. I say tomorrow. May not be able to tomorrow. Looks like we're gonna have rain for the next couple of days and some serious rain. So I may not get out here. I took one load to the burn pile earlier today and got the tractor stuck again. Had to pull it out with the excursion. It wasn't stuck bad like it was. It wasn't buried. It just couldn't get traction. So we got it out really easy. But I didn't want to deal with that every single time I went back there to drop a load off. It's just so mucky in our yard right now. So I'm debating on burning everything right there where it sits. Most of those trees have been there for a year. Some of them almost a year. They're probably dry enough. So I just get out there and cut them up into smaller pieces, push them into a pile. I may just light them all right there and let them burn. And I may just throw that shed in the pile too. Now I do want to be 100% clear on something. This is not a how-to video. This is not how you should be taking your trees down. What we did was very risky, very dangerous, and not necessarily the recommended way to do it. It's just the way that we did it. But there was huge risk involved. Zach took a huge risk being up there on that ladder with that tree moving around. And I did tell him, I said, if you're not comfortable with this, we won't do it. He goes, I'm not comfortable with it, but we're getting it done. So, no one was doing it against their will. Sometimes we've got more testosterone than we do brains, but we got the job done. Nobody died. All right, guys, all the trucks put back away and all the tools put up, all the rigging put away. But as you can see, it's getting pretty dark out here. So we're going to call this one the night. We're going to go in. I think Katie's just about got dinner ready and relax for the night. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time we see you, keep those engines running. Oh, and I almost forgot. If you guys are interested in the cruise content, you'll remember that I met Tony from Lida Loca on the last cruise that we did, and we were on the Sun Princess in the Caribbean. Well, he and I did a podcast together a couple of weeks ago, and he just aired it this week. So go to his channel and check it out. I will leave a link in the description if you want to see it. I think it's about an hour and a half long conversation with him and I just talking about the cool things on cruise ships and stuff. So yeah, go check it out.
Holy fuck! That was so sketchy.
I feel like a bell.